Hello, lovely people. We are back. We are here to talk about my least favorite to favorite MCU movie of this year, right? We've got about five, and we're just going to jump right into it. At number five, Black Widow. I've already explained my gripes with Black Widow, but for those who may have not have watched my Black Widow video, um, I did too. The movie came too late, way too late. Then the movie itself, it wasn't necessarily centered on Black Widow. It was almost an amalgamation of the Red Room and what that entails. They focused more on Yelena than Black Widow in her own movie. And I understand it to an extent because they're setting her up to take the mantle, but at the same time, this is her film. I want to learn more about her. I want to get in her psyche. I want to learn her motivations when she was, a prime Russian spy. But we didn't get that. And then what you did with the Red Room and how these women, oh God, my phone, sorry. And then what you did with the Red Room and how these women broke free of the mind control was just complete ass. Like, really, Dust? You just, whew, it's gone. It's gone. All that programming, gone. It's like, oh my God. And then Taskmaster, no, no. So, failure. Number four, Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Now, I did not see this movie, so it could honestly be tied at number five, but I just feel like even that has something, some type of redeeming quality than Black Widow. But I love Black Widow. Just as a note, she's my favorite female Marvel superhero. So you can see where my my hurt is coming from. But I put Venom on here because I'm not entirely sure what universe it's in. I don't know what Sony's doing with Venom, um, and by extension Morbius, because they seem to be a part of the MCU, but not really. I don't know. And with No Way Home, now it's even more confusing. So I just put it on there. Whatever. Number three, Eternals. Didn't see Eternals also. I was not compelled to see that movie, and then reviews were like a mixed bag. And I was like, if it ever comes on Disney Plus, I'll watch it. If not, then I think I'll be fine without it. I'm good. So, eh. Number two, Shang-Chi. Now, this one I actually did see. I saw it in theaters. The first two acts, great, very refreshing. The action was amazing, and just Shang-Chi and his family history was so well done. The father mother, their romance was so beautifully done. I absolutely loved it. And the father, it just as a villain, he was he was great. Like one of the best Marvel villains I've seen in a while. He was written really well. And I think the actor was also pretty amazing. He has that ability to act with his eyes. Like that's really hard to do. It takes a lot of talent, and he can do that. He can convey emotion and just anything with his eyes, and it was awesome to see. And then let's see. What else was there in the first two acts? The sister was cool. They had some kind of cringe lines for her, but I could get over that. Um, Everything kind of went to crap in the third act. And that's typically what happens with some MCU movies. They just like fall apart in the third act. I don't know why, but it just turns into a fat CGI battle. And, Shang-Chi's on a dragon and they're fighting off these other dragons. And it's just like, oh. That whole scene, I was completely disinterested. I was more interested in the fight and dialogue between him and his father. Like that was interesting to me. And they could have ended it right there. They could have ended it at that, but the third act is what killed it for me. But it was still very enjoyable. and a great introduction to Shang-Chi. So, number one is Spider-Man No Way Home. Of course, I'm still like, just, oh, the fact that we had all three, bizarre, just bizarre. Now, I've come off of my nostalgia high since I've seen the movie, and I got to tell you, the plot for this movie is really, really, really flimsy, like extremely flimsy. The fact that Peter, he had all this legal trouble, he was literally interrogated by, what was it, damage control? It was poof solved by the midway point of the film. You slid in that cameo of Daredevil, and it kind of amounted to nothing. And I'm like kind of disappointed by it now that I'm thinking about it. I wish we would have had a post credit scene of, you know, Matt in the courtroom, with Peter's case and everything. Like, I would have liked to see his legal stuff play out a little bit more. I think that was wrapped up a little too quickly. And then the whole thing with the spell was reliant on Peter kind of being a doofus, and then Doctor Strange just not explaining the full scope of the spell to Peter. Like, all you had to do was tell this man, every person on this planet's gonna forget that you're Spider-Man. And that would have just solved the problem. But uh, beyond that, it was just such a fun, memorable film, and truly a love letter to Spider-Man. And the way that they ended it, we're kind of getting back to that classic Spider-Man. And I'm just so excited to see where we go from here with him. Um, I'm so excited. Oh, I'm so excited. But yeah, that's it, guys. Shorter video. Thank you for listening and watching. And tomorrow will be DC. We'll be doing DC TV, my favorite and least favorite. And then we will do movies within the same day, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Bye.